Podcast 310 From Barbados to Rome, Sacred and Civic Witness, examining Codrington College and the Roman Amphitheatre as living texts through 16 lenses on one stone. ISBN 978-976-9799790, copyright 2026. Welcome back to the Scholarly Lens. Today, we embark on a fascinating interdisciplinary journey traversing the Atlantic from the sun-drenched shores of Bridgetown, Barbados, to the ancient heart of the Roman Empire. I am your host, Dr. William Anderson Gittins, Doctor of Divinity, for this exploration as an independent scholar whose latest work, From Barbados to Rome, Sacred and Civic Witness, offers a novel framework for understanding cultural memory. In my work, I am presenting a compelling and perhaps unexpected comparison between Codrington College, a Caribbean theological institution, and the Roman Amphitheatre. At first glance, these seem like disparate artifacts from completely different worlds. Let me begin by explaining the foundational premise of my thesis. The central argument posits that these sites, representing the intersection of the sacred and the civic, are best understood by reading sites as living texts. Gittins 2026. My work champions a comparative, interdisciplinary approach. I argue that material heritage is not a passive backdrop to history. Rather, it actively shapes and informs communal identity. By juxtaposing an imperial Roman site with a Caribbean theological institution, we can yield profound insights into how different cultures construct memory and negotiate their collective past. I believe that some of you, the listeners, may agree with me that the phrase living text is particularly evocative and may want to know how does this methodological framework function in practice. In my response to the aforesaid, it requires us to move beyond a purely aesthetic or chronological appreciation of a building. Instead, we must analyze the site as a complex document encoded with theological, political, and social meaning. My analysis is structured through 16 analytical lenses, drawing from fields as diverse as theology, history, architecture, and post-colonial theory. Each lens, be it power, memory, ritual, or resistance, allows us to read a different layer of the site's narrative. And this is where my comparison becomes so powerful. I also wish to suggest that the Roman Amphitheatre and Codrington College tell fundamentally different stories. The Roman Amphitheatre exemplifies a historical narrative that prioritizes authority and control, often immersed in themes of power and conquest. Its very architecture was designed for spectacle, for the display of imperial might, and for the reinforcement of a rigid social hierarchy. It is a monument to civic order as defined by the state. In stark contrast, Codrington College represents a form of what I call counter-memory. It's a site rooted in spiritual liberty, cultural hybridity, and resilience. Gittins 2026. While it was built within a colonial context, its function as a place of theological education and spiritual refuge created a space for alternative narratives to flourish. It stands as a testament to a different kind of civic witness, one grounded in faith and community rather than imperial decree. My book's subtitle mentions 16 lenses on one stone. This implies a tangible, physical artifact that connects these two worlds. Let me elaborate on the significance of this stone. The stone in question originated within the Roman world, yet found in or associated with Barbados, presents a unique opportunity to interrogate the dialogues between Old World and New World histories. It's a physical conduit, a tangible link that bridges the temporal and geographical gap. This single object becomes a powerful symbol of the transatlantic exchange of people, ideas, and materials that has shaped the modern world. Its presence in Barbados forces us to consider how the legacy of Rome, filtered through the crucible of colonialism and the Caribbean experience, takes on new and complex meanings. So ultimately, the pertinent questions that I wish to ask you, the listeners: what is the takeaway for you, the listeners? And why is this comparative study of a Caribbean college and a Roman arena relevant today? Ultimately, this discussion advocates for an active engagement with the intersections of religious and public life. By understanding how these dynamics collectively shape communal identity and contested recollections, we can better understand our own world. The echoes of the amphitheatre, for instance, can be seen in the modern design of sports stadiums, which often function as spaces for mass spectacle. Zocola Public Square. By reading these contemporary spaces through the same critical lenses, we can become more conscious participants in the construction of our own cultural narratives. The goal is not to simply study the past, but to learn how to actively and critically witness the present. I am Dr. William Anderson Gittins, Doctor of Divinity, and thank you for allowing me to share my insightful and thought-provoking research with you. My work in From Barbados to Rome is a powerful reminder that the stones of our past continue to speak to the present if only we have the right framework to listen. God bless.